Good morning and welcome back to Coffee Break.
Spring is here! The sun is shining, birds are singing, and new books are coming into the warehouse.
Spring also brings spring cleaning.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta make room for all those new books.
I just wish I was like a Disney princess and I could just hire out the woodland creatures to do that for me.
Right?
But then, I mean, how clean would it get, though?
Yeah. I feel like animals aren't very capable of cleaning.
Yeah, I mean...
Normally you clean up after them.
Right? I mean, like, they lick the windows to try and help you, and it's like, great, now I have, like...
Saliva on the glass.
Good job, squirrels!
The great thing, though, about cleaning is finding all these hidden gems that you've nearly forgotten about.
Yes, I do love that part about spring cleaning. In the process of spring cleaning, we actually came across some great books that we had nearly forgotten about.
Yeah, backlist gems.
Yes, yes. Anna, what did you find?
I found the story of Queen Esther.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
Because Queen Esther is one of my favorite Bible stories.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean...
It's like Cinderella, except awesomer.
Yeah.
It really is.
She saves, like... It's not like, okay, so she becomes queen because she's beautiful, that's like Cinderella, but she also saves her entire, like, family and generation of people.
NBD, exactly. Yeah, she risks her life to save all of her people.
Yeah. And then not only is the story of Queen Esther great, but I love
these illustrations. Yes. It's so vibrant.
Yeah.
I love that she just has a pet leopard just chilling here, like, of course she has a pet leopard, whatever. I'm Queen Esther, I do what I want.
Right. So anyways, this was one of the gems that I found.
Yeah, that's a great one.
What did you find?
Oh, well, this one, George's Bones, it's actually written by Jen Bryant. This is another biography, kind of along the lines of A River of Words or The Right Word. Mm-hmm. But this one came out first, and it's about Georgia O'Keeffe. And I didn't know a whole lot about Georgia O'Keeffe before I read this book. And afterwards, like, I just loved the artwork in here. I loved Jen's storytelling and everything. So I looked up her artwork after this, and, like, it's so cool if you go back and look at her artwork. Like, the landscapes in the book are really similar to the ones that she did. Yeah, exactly. And then, like, this one right here is really similar to one of her more famous paintings and everything.
That's cool. We have this great series of middle grade readers.
I love these.
They're so cute and so fun. So I actually reread this one today because it's so a fast read if you're not actually a middle grade reader. But there are fun illustrations along the way, but basically, if you can't see, it's Extraordinary Ernie and Marvelous Maud is the first book, and it's the same characters all the way through. Yeah. But Ernie is a lovable young boy who is very average and clumsy, like all of us felt at that age. But he gets to become one of the town superheroes, which is awesome. And of course, his sidekick is a sheep.
An awesome sheep.
A talking sheep.
A marvelous.
Yes. Yes. So anyways, they're just really fun.
I know. I love reading these books because I'm just like, I so badly want to be a superhero, you know, with a sheep sidekick.
Yeah.
How fun would that be?
Well, and I think it just reminds me of, like, when I was the age to read these kind of books, and I just, like, tore through so many of them throughout the summer, and it was just like, this was like I feel like the peak of my love of reading, because you actually had the time, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't get better than that, man.
Yeah.
Like, 4th or 5th grade, hold on to that.
Yeah.
Well, I also found this book, and this is, gosh, almost 20 years old now.
Wow.
I know. It's called Grandpa's Soup, and it's got that kind of fable folklore feel to it, where Grandpa, you know, his wife she passed away, and so you've got these really sad illustrations, and then he decides to make a cup of her famous soup to make himself feel better. And as he's making the soup, these little mice come and say, like, hey, could you feed us? And so he feeds them, and he only has a little bit for himself, but he's like, doesn't quite taste like she used to make. And so then he's like, well, what if I add this and everything, and I'm gonna make more so that now I've got enough to feed myself. But then other people keep coming and coming and coming. And so, like, as he's making the soup, finally he's got, like, surrounded by friends and everything. So it's a great way of, like, you know, how being giving and opening yourself up to that can help bring people to you and everything.
I love that.
I know, and I love the illustrations, how it goes from like these really somber gray tones at the beginning to this nice vibrant, you know, backdrop at the end and everything. Another thing that we found in the midst of our spring cleaning, limited edition John Roy Lynch poster. I didn't realize we had an extra one tucked away, but I found it.
It's so pretty.
Right?
And inspiring.
Now, we do have a ton of other amazing Age of John Roy Lynch posters, but this is a limited edition. This is like different stock. It's
Dante
a different
helped
illustration.
Us, specially design it. So we originally gave it away for Black History Month.
Yep. And now we're giving it away because we don't want it cluttering up our office.
And it's National Reading Month.
That's a lot better than what I said. We're going to go with that reason.
I will leave a link below with instructions, link to instructions, whatever.
Cool.
So, yeah. So, not only are we spring cleaning, but like we said, the warehouse is getting a whole bunch more books in, which means they need to make room. So, we are having our huge stock reduction sale right now.
Yes.
So, we'll put a link to the page on our website below, but there's a ton of books.
Insane deals.
Yeah, it's 50% off. And all of the books we mentioned, you can get all of these for 50% off right now.
And a lot more. There's a lot more that we didn't talk about.
There's a lot more choices, too.
So if you're spring cleaning like us and you now have room on your shelves, check out the stock reduction sale because that's a great way to fill them back up again.
Hint, hint. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
I'll hold your tea? Coffee? What is this?
It's obviously coffee because it's coffee break.
Right. We don't substitute tea for coffee ever.
Ever.